back to the channel for another video. Today we're going to go over the Nasdaq and look at the trades that I took today and some that I didn't take but probably could have and had a really good day. So I only had a decent day with 2 wins, but I probably could have had 5, maybe even 6 wins. So I'll just go over those trades and what I was looking at for today. And before we get started, I know I'm going over a trade breakdown and looking at chart analysis, but that's not really what I want to highlight. I don't want to highlight strategy and chart analysis too much. What I want to try to highlight is the consistency in which I go through my steps and my process and how I go through each trade so that you can see how you can build out your own consistent strategy and system. So let's jump into it. So for the first trade I was looking at was potentially this morning before New York session. These purple trades are the possible ones I was looking at. And I was looking at it because it formed right in this area. I was looking for price to either push down to this imbalance here, because I was looking at it because it swept this liquidity here and then pushed up to the upside and broke this swing high. So I was looking for price to either push down to this area or push up into this area and give us some type of valid sell move. And I went live and talked about these reasonings. So I was looking at it because it formed here like the same confluence here. Swept this liquidity up here, this swing high, then broke below this swing low here, and then it formed this imbalance in this order block. So the ones I saw price return to it, I did mark this up, but I didn't take it. And I should have. Looking at it, it was really valid to take. It returned to this area, retraced here, mitigated this order block and the imbalance. Gave us slight accumulation here. You see a sweep of liquidity of all these highs, and then it broke to the downside, breaking this accumulation zone, left some imbalance, entered there. And it would have been a valid trade. It would have been, pretty quick, like 15 to 20 minutes. So I didn't take it just because it was before New York session. It's right at 7:32. So that's the only reason I didn't take it. I could have took it, but I just didn't. I just didn't take it. I just wanted to wait till New York session. Looking back, though, I should have took it. It was a valid trade. It was really clean. I just didn't want to take it. So yeah, but going forward, I might actually take those trades that formed right before New York session, because I seen one like that last week and it was pretty valid and clean just like that as well. So it might be something worth considering, taking those. So yeah, but no harm, no foul. I didn't take it. Well, I went live after that and discussed what I was looking for. I saw all this happening. I was thinking price was either going to push down, give us a buy move up to this area here, and then give us a sell, or potentially could have broke down to below this area and broke down to down here, mitigating this 15-minute order block, which is basically the same logic as this area right here, right? It was because it swept this liquidity here, and then it broke to the upside, left some imbalance and an order block here. So the imbalance is filled with this candle here, but this order block is still unmitigated. So I was looking for either to buy up here and sell down, which is pretty much what happened. I kind of did explain exactly what happened for today. Or I was looking for it to just break this and shoot all the way down, but the optimal ideal entry or theory happened. It reacts to this area, bought up, and then sold down to this area, and then bought back up. So let's get into my next trade or potential trades. I didn't take this next trade. So when I was going live, I was discussing why I don't like to trade at this time frame. I saw this trade, and I was like, it's a potential buy, but I'm just not going to take it because I don't like trading right before 9:30 when that candle, when the session opens and starts. Is usually some type of weird wick or some type of candle or some type of actions going on. So you see at 9:30 it would have wicked me out of this trade. So I discussed this on the live. I did not take this trade at all. Just marked it just for the concept of it. And then it followed with this trade here. I didn't take this either because it's just right at the 9:30. And I don't like trading around that time frame. But it still looks like this might have been a little valid because it was after the 9:30 candle and it gave a pretty clean setup. It's a little larger range. But this was pretty much in a really good confluence because it broke to the upside, gave this trade setup, and it was right, and the take profit was right in line with the actual area I wanted it to mitigate. So it wanted to mitigate this order block, and the take profit was right around that order block. So looking back, it could have been clean to take that. Something to consider as well. Maybe I should wait till after the 9:30 candle to look for that type of setup or entry. But yeah, I didn't want to stress too much on that one because this one's, I think this 7:30 trade is a lot more valid and clean, in my opinion, than this 9:30 one. I just get iffy with that because sometimes the market does move a little funny at market open. So yeah, it's okay. It's just something to consider. Maybe I'll test it out a few more days, a few more weeks coming forward, and let's just see. But once it got into this area, this is what I was really looking for once it mitigated this 15-minute imbalance and order block. I was really looking for a good sell here, and you see it's basically the same logic. It swept this liquidity up here, and it broke down to breaking the swing low and left some imbalance in the 15-minute here and 30-minute here, which is based off yesterday's trades. And there's an order block right here. So I saw that it returned this area, and I started looking for sells. And it was added some good confluence with it going into the macro time frame. So in the 1050 macro, it gave this accumulation here. See a lot of inside candles manipulated to the upside, swept all that liquidity, broke to the downside, left some imbalance right here, set my entry there, and hit take profit in literally 2 minutes. So really quick trade, really good ideal trade. In and out of the market is great. But it also, sometimes it plays around in these imbalance and order blocks areas, so it could give multiple trades. It could sweep some liquidity and go up even higher, then go back down. So that's kind of what happened. It went to this, it hit take profit for this trade, and then you see here that it swept above that liquidity a little bit and gave the same type of ordeal, right? You can use this as the accumulation zone, or you could have used this area here, but based off that area, it's still valid to trade from this area because it hasn't really pushed or done anything else different. So I'm looking for it to push down, and it gave this entry up, set my entry right there based on the previous accumulation zone, and gave entry. I just didn't take it because I guess I was just a little preoccupied in its lunch hour. I just didn't take it, and it ended up going through. It was really close to hitting, but you don't close your trades early. Just trying to take it, trust your system, and go with it. It went through. So that's another potential win here. Then this one's a little more of a field trade. It's not really specifically in my rules to take this trade, but it's not really against it either. This is more of a field trade. We have a valid continuation here in the PM macro, in the 1 p.m. macro, or 1:10 p.m. macro, I should say. And just, yeah, you kind of feel it out. You get a continuation trade here. Same type of idea. You get accumulation, manipulation here, the distribution here, then you enter there. Same type of idea. And it's more of a field thing. It's not really rule specific like the other ones were, and in the location they were. It's more based off of, okay, I'm looking for a price to kind of push down and mitigate this order block eventually. So this continuation is kind of like a valid reason to take it, just to see if price will push down. It's not probably the highest probability trade, but it still would have went through. But I didn't take that one either. It's just something I could have considered. I could have took it. Would have been a valid continuation. So those are already 3 trades that I could have took probably extra and would have won. I'm not even counting this one, so it could have been a 4th trade won. So it could have been a really profitable day, but still, even with 2 wins, still a really solid day. It's really good profit. So once I saw that it mitigated this 15-minute order block after this trade went through, I waited until at least some type of other reactions. I thought the price would push down a little lower, sweep some more liquidity, but once I saw it go up like this, then started to play around a little more, then I saw it started forming a little more accumulation inside the macro. I was originally looking for an entry here, but it didn't perform because there's no really good imbalance or good place to enter there. So I saw that I just wanted to use this accumulation here because I saw it broke above this and gave a little more bullish momentum. And then it formed this imbalance here, and then I just used my accumulation or model to interest model to enter there, this imbalance, and then put my stop loss here, and then yeah, it was a valid trade based off this range, and yeah, it went through. It went through right before market close. Yeah, about 12 minutes before market close. So yeah, really solid trade, and this is just based off the same principles, the same reasons I explained all my other rules, I should say, and biases, I should say. Played off all the same type of areas because they had the same type of confluences and same type of reason behind them. So yeah, those are what I took today. Two pretty good wins. Could have been more, like 5 or 6 wins, but it's all good. That day is coming. Probably, maybe, who knows? Might be tomorrow. I win those 5-6 trades in a day and go with no losses. We'll see. But 2 trades is pretty good for today. I'm up for the week. I had 1 trade win yesterday, 1 loss, and then 1 was a little break even. So slight profit there. You guys can go check those videos out. Check out some other content, and yeah, I'll probably wrap the video up here. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Didn't want this video to be too long, so see you guys next video. Probably be another trade breakdown for tomorrow, or maybe another psychology video, which is just a bunch of tips. We'll see what happens. I'll see you guys then. Make sure you like and subscribe.